Hello, I am Tom Bomb, Demon King of the 124th Circle of Hell, and today we are going to be taking a look at 46 and 2 by Tool. Tool, I've grown a great fondness for Tool throughout my journey. We've been going album by album. First we checked out the pot together. Then I started with the EP. We worked up album by album, and now we're here at Latterus. And we're going to be checking out a highly requested song, 46 and 2. I have a lyric video here. I'm going to be breaking it down both sonically, what I'm hearing, musically and lyrically as well, to try to get to the meat and gristle. So without any further ado, let us begin. Ooh. I like that bass line. That's haunting, actually, really, almost. Okay, it looks like the maker of this video is inserting his own notes. I'm not going to pay as much attention to those as I am the lyrics. The lyrics are what's important to me. So just a heads up. Spoilers, bro. Ooh. I like it. His voice is so subdued. Shadow. So we're talking about the shadow self here. Oh. This is true. Oh, bass. And the guitar. Danny slightly in the back. Now that, I feel like, is a very important lyrical device that he used there. Very impressive. It's blatantly obvious from the spoilers in the lyric video that this song is about a Jungian, Carl Jungian philosophy of the shadow self. Carl Jung conceptualized in psychology that as human beings, we must not stray from the things that about ourselves that scare us and make us want to turn away, and that if anything, we can learn the most from those things. So I like that lyrical device. I'm down digging through my old muscles, looking for a clue. I've been picking up my scabs again. Wait. Shadows shedding skin. I've been picking scabs again. That is a very clever lyrical device. Because it is kind of like picking at your scabs when you're dealing with the shadow self. You're dealing with old wounds. You're dealing with so much stuff that you don't want to face, but in order to grow, you have to face it. Anyway, let's continue. I like how his voice is in this part. Very melodic. Oh! This song is so powerful. I say to you in the comments a lot that I feel like Maynard and I think the same way, and this is like something I was looking into when I was a teenager. Like when I was 14, I was reading books by, or maybe 16, reading books by Carl Jung and trying to understand these concepts. And the fact that Maynard also, I don't know, what a powerful thing to put out through music too. Because I feel like this is he's leading by example, You shouldn't be afraid to look through your shadow either. Neither should I. Though it's a very scary process. You can be afraid, I guess, but don't stray from it. Interesting. Change is coming through my shadow. Again, growth. That's how you grow, brother. Oh. Mutant beings, reality. That riff, oh. Very groovy, the guitar's more engaged now. Oh. I want to break down that a little further. I've been crawling in my belly, clearing out what could have been. I've been wallowing in my own chaotic, insecure delusions. That's interesting. I hadn't considered that as a part of the shadow self, because I don't know about you, but I myself can dwell a lot on what could have been if I had done A, B, and C instead of, A, F, and X, And yeah, we have a lot. I think anyone who says that they don't have their own inner turmoil, somewhat delusional self that they have to deal with and battle with, to some extent, would be lying. Because I know it's a part of everyday life for me. You have to fight back against that stuff, man. You have to. You can't give in to paranoia or, things you've been through before that have taught you things in life the wrong way about people. You gotta push past all those chaotic, paranoid delusions. Let's continue. Whoops. This is funky, yo. Oh. Wow. Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm not sure what the 46 and 2 part is. I've never heard that as part of a Jungian philosophy, which I feel like the song is very heavily based on. I do find a lot of his lyrical devices, the metaphors that he's using for dealing with his shadow self, to be very, very clever, picking through his skin, tearing through, learning from his shadow, growing through his shadow. It's important work to do. To truly know your greatest good. You must know what you were, the greatest evil that you were capable of, truly. And then you strive not to be that. Because you know, if you've done shadow work, you know what kind of a monster you'd be out in that world, if you wanted to. You know what kind of monster you could be. Now, once you've done shadow work and you realize that, that motivates you to be the best person you can be. Or at least the best version of yourself, really. Because you do have a choice, you know. You can indulge the shadow in a destructive way, or you can use the shadow and grow from it and do good in the world. And I think it's very important to do good. And shadow work, it's not just some term that's toted around by hippies, you know, and new age spiritualists. It's an actual psychology, you know, psychological Jungian philosophy. And that's why you see references in it to, you know, all of these new age, you know, books in the new age section of a store, if anyone goes to a bookstore anymore, or in the new age section of any website. A lot of books make reference to shadow self when it comes to growth, and they're all being derivative from Carl Jung and the Jungian philosophy. Anyway, what a powerful thing to put in a song. Oh, the time signature change. I want to review that last part again, I'm sorry. So right now it feels like he's really battling with his shadow self, you know, realizing, you know, because there are a lot of positive attributes he listed there, positive actions, but negative ones he could do too. So he is like, it feels like he is midway in that muck of doing the shadow work. Oh, that phase, yo. And Danny now just lately in the background. Interesting. For those of you who are reading along. Oh, Danny. Oh, wow. Total. Those time signature changes. Can I? Okay, we gotta. I have to raise a. Whoops. There. I take off my glasses for the. Damn it. I meant to take off my glasses. This musical interlude is killer. Can we just get a? I feel like Danny Carey should get a medal, you know, like a gold medal every time he performs. Oh. Interesting. Oh, wow. Yeah. I like that. I like that. Soften this old armor. Soften the shell, that, his shell. And to let other people. It's a two-way street when you do that. You allow more of your heart and yourself and your soul to be projected outward. And at the same time, you make yourself vulnerable for people to, be people, whether they're good, whether they're bad. Interesting. So it seems like Maynard is portraying someone who's going through shadow work and kind of coming to the conclusion of, may this allow me to discard old ways, old protective mechanisms that no longer serve me, that no longer have a place in my life, and that are stopping me from enjoying other people and prohibiting other people from enjoying the real me, because I'm not displaying the real me because of my built-in instinctual protective mechanisms. A lot of that is instilled in us like before the age of 5, believe it or not. And gosh, I can't sit still with Duel. This is like stimulating stuff to me. I am in love with the lyrical composition. Hell yeah. Oh wow. Bunch of DMT images. Oh. These time signature changes. I love them. Gosh darn. Wow. Musically, that was absolutely astounding. That gave off the same vibes to me as the pot. It was very bass heavy. I think that's where the vibe came from. But I like how his voice came in very nice and subdued, very inviting and haunting. And it's like, come with me as I do this work. I'll give you a window into this. Into this, some of the most profound work you could ever do on yourself. Goodness gracious. And lyrically, I was getting the idea that he was coming from a Jungian shadow work perspective prior to the lyric video maker, and bless him for making the video. It's very informative. But I was getting that inclination as soon as I saw the word shadow, because I'm getting like a sense for the kind of guy Maynard is, and I don't see too many dissimilarities between the way that he thinks about things, and the way that I think about things, and the knowledge that I've chosen to accumulate. And just taking us through that process, artistically, of working through your shadow self and sifting through the mud of the darkest parts of yourself so you can come out of that with, the diamond in there, of doing that, of letting people in, of letting go of what could have been, of realizing the worst parts of yourself so that you can know the extent of the evil that you can be, but not be that person. To deal with past traumas. That's all shadow work, And if you're someone who's been through trauma, it's something you have to do, you know, like, or you I shouldn't say have to do because it's hard, depending on what you've been through. Shadow work can be the most difficult because you have to come to terms with it, and you have to come to some kind of a conclusion about it. And you have to let it not destroy you, reliving it, and you have to come out of it with a willingness to let go of it at the end of it, you know? What a thought-provoking song. Sonically and lyrically, I felt like it was aligned perfectly to convey this message in a way that's digestible, you know? Like they just conveyed shadow work in about 6 minutes. Something that would have taken me hours of reading books by Carl Jung to wrap my head around, you know? This band, wow. For any other Tool reactions, or reactions to any other band, really, that you would like to see me do, leave them down below. And if you're still here, I would encourage you to like and subscribe. The thumbs down button works too, but if you press it, leave a comment and let me know why. Anyway. And don't make the excuse too many pauses, gosh darn it. This is not a reaction video. This is a breakdown of the essence of this song and the bearing of one man's soul. And an epic band. Those time signature changes, yo! Anyway, folks, that's all for now. We will see you in the next video. Peace out.